The following program is produced by students of the Brian Lamb School of Communication at Purdue University.
On this edition of Fast Track, we preview the brand new Honors College Residence Hall and the new amenities that it provides students.
Plus, we'll also catch up with a Boilermaker great who is competing for a spot on an NFL roster. Fast Track starts now. Welcome to the 2016 season of Purdue's Student News Fast Track. Each week we bring the stories from Purdue's campus to you. This week we're coming to you from the Purdue Memorial Union. I'm Trevor Peters.
And I'm Molly Shaughnessy. It's been a busy summer on campus, and as many students and West Lafayette residents know, construction on Purdue's campus caused many road restrictions.
And one of those projects is almost complete. After a year of construction, the new Honors College Residence Hall on 3rd Street is now open to students and faculty. The two buildings mirror the exact interior layout of the Windsor dorms, but have had a unique interior unlike any other building on campus. We sat down with the Dean of the Honors College to hear her hopes on the new addition. Here's Sarah Cohen with the story.
After a $90 million project, the Honors College has two new homes located on Russell Street. The north and south buildings consist of facilities that will benefit the students, but it's also where they live. The students and faculty of the Academic Residential College are making Purdue history by creating the first interactive academic and residential building.
Actually, more than dorms, it's the Honors College itself, so it's the academic home. And we like to refer to ourselves as an academic residential college. We're Purdue's first. And we have 324,000 square feet. The students have dorm space above the first floor where we have classrooms, learning studios, an innovation forum.
The Academic Residential College is filled with innovative creations determined by the dean and her students, including an interactive floor, art displays by the students themselves, and edible plants surrounding the buildings.
It's not just another building, that this has a special purpose and a special, what I love to call sense of place. And we did a couple things to be able to do that. One is that we tried to source locally and regionally as much as we could. So a lot of the wood that you see is from Indiana. We also sourced our furniture as much as we could from Indiana craftspeople. And many of those pieces were designed especially for this building and for this purpose. It's just a way to connect to where we are, because I believe that's very important, that we need to make this a place that will be here for many, many generations, and you know where you are and you know why you're here, and that it conveys a place that where learning can occur, and there's a lot of excitement around that.
The Honors Residential College will be dedicated this September 9th. From an advisor's office to the dean's office to their classrooms, just right downstairs from the residential dorms, the students' lives are enhanced just right below them. Reporting from Purdue University, this is Sarah Cohen.
Let's take a look at our current weekend weather conditions from our Fast Track meteorologist, Sheena Steffen.
Thanks, Molly. Well, as you can tell right now, conditions are a little wet and rainy, and unfortunately, those will be sticking around for the rest of the night and carried into early Saturday morning. As we look at current temperatures, you can see we have a current temperature of 80 degrees with the humidity around 70%. Winds are going to come from the west-southwest, and we've already hit our high, and so tonight we'll see a low around the 70s. As we look at the surface map, it'll show you why the winds are coming from the west-southwest and why these showers are here right now. As we look, we have a high-pressure system in our east and a low-pressure system in the west. As this low-pressure system starts moving into our area, that's what's going to keep providing the energy for these storms to develop and continue throughout our region. As we look at tonight's forecast, we will see we have a low temperature of 69 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and again, that chance of severe thunderstorms are very likely still. For a more detailed schedule for those of you going out maybe tonight, make sure you bring an umbrella just in case. As you see, around 8 p.m. tonight, we'll have a temperature of 67, and then at 10 o'clock, 73, and that will continue into the rest of the night. So be looking for temperatures to drop, become more comfortable, not as humid, but still around the lower 70s as the night goes on. That's all I have right now for current conditions. Tune in later for me to talk about what's coming in our coming week.
Thanks, Sheena. With over 21 million active users, each spending an average of 25 cents per day, it's difficult to escape the excitement of the latest trending smartphone game, Pokemon Go.
That's right, students are reliving their childhood in innovative ways, just as investors, Nintendo, and Google predicted. Fast Track reporter Dan Gray takes to Purdue's campus to explore how and why this game is getting college students out of their rooms and getting active.
Some students from rural communities were eager to move back on campus, not for classes, but to play the latest trending smartphone game, Pokemon Go.
I think one of the big draws with the game is the nostalgia, because a lot of us that were born and raised in the 90s grew up playing. I played Pokemon Yellow on Game Boy Color.
Yeah, I did. Like a few months ago, then I stopped because it was too addictive.
I know I was down at an event down in Chicago, and they had a good turnout. A couple thousand people showed up.
Players relive their childhood by walking around in the real world until a Pokemon appears on their phone. It can be captured by throwing Pokeballs at it. Players can also buy items in the game to better their chances at finding Pokemon.
Well, lure is basically just a way to attract more of these little digital creatures, these Pokemon, to a set location, these Pokestops, so to speak.
Once players choose one of 3 teams to be on, they can then travel to one of 11 gym locations around Purdue to battle another team.
Well, you get to walk around, searching for new Pokemons, and then you need to get the gyms for yourself and, make sure that the other team doesn't get it back.
I've got a gym right behind my house, so sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh, my team's got the gym. I'm going to throw Pokemon in it really, really quick.
The developers' main intention of Pokemon Go was to give children, teens, and adults just the motivation they need to get outside and enjoy the fresh air.
I do know some who actively get up at 6 a.m. in the morning just to go catch Pokemon.
In order to catch all 151 Pokemon, players must either find an egg and walk it a certain distance to hatch it, or hop on a plane.
You have to travel to Western Europe, China, or Eastern Asia, and Australia. And their Tauros, of course, is North America only.
Now it seems to be dying down. I think the interest is dying for those passing interests.
Yeah, I'm not going to just drop the rest of my life and go hunt Pokemon. At this point, you never know.
Daniel Gray, Fast Track News.
When we come back, we'll visit a place that many students know almost too well and how they deal with their back-to-school rush.
And later, find out how Purdue women's soccer team is doing so far this year and their secret X factor. Stay with us. Welcome back. Returning to school can be a hectic time for students. However, the Purdue Walmart, located on Northwestern Avenue, was ready for the students' return this year.
Whether you're looking for school supplies, furniture for a new apartment, or groceries to stock the fridge, Walmart was prepared for all the students' needs. Our own Molly Shaughnessy visited the Walmart this last week and talked with the store manager to see how they deal with the back-to-school rush.
With students returning back to campus, the West Lafayette Walmart, located on Northwestern Avenue, has been busy. So busy that in fact they were named the #1 Walmart for back-to-school shopping.
Student will come and shop with us about 3 times before they actually move in. It's 3 completely different shopping trips. The first trip is usually the large furniture, second trip is groceries, food, and then the third trip is anything else that they've forgotten.
The West Lafayette Walmart starts preparing for students a full year in advance.
Purdue has one of the largest populations of international students of any college in the country. So to be able to meet the needs of the international students who traditionally only come with 2 suitcases, we have to be able to provide them with everything that they would need to set up an apartment, to move into a dorm, just the basic living functions.
With a spike in sales during back to school, they hire an extra 37 to 40 people to work daily. Molly Shaughnessy, Fast Track News. Let's check back in with Sheena for a more extended weather forecast from the West Lafayette area. Sheena, how's it looking?
Thanks, guys. Well, as you can tell, we still have those rain and storms in our area. As we look ahead at the raincast, we can see that the storms will keep coming from the west and develop and come into our region more often. As we get around 10 o'clock later on tonight, we will start seeing that some of those storms will start to develop and become some more severe storms in our area. And then those will pass on and keep going into the east, leaving us with some scattered showers and rain throughout the rest of the night into the early mornings of Saturday. As we look at current temperatures, you can see up north, we have a high around 81, 80 in Warsaw, 81 in Rensselaer, 84 in Champaign, in our area 80 degrees, and in Kokomo 81, and down in Indy around 81 is also. As the night goes on, we will see temperatures start dropping down and becoming more comfortable and not as humid as the day has been. As we look at those temperatures, you see up north we have temperatures around 67, down in Indy around 70 tonight, and then our area around 69 degrees. Well, if you're planning on going to the farmer's market early Saturday morning, make sure you bring an umbrella just in case. You never know. For those of you going to the game, chances that the storms will be sticking around later on in the afternoon are pretty slim. So I think you should be good for the game, but you just want to make sure, so maybe bring a rain jacket or something to cover yourself with in case it does have a pop-up shower. As we look at the hours, we see that around 8 o'clock in the morning, we will have an 80% chance of rain with a high around 69. Carrying on into 10 in the morning, we see that the chances of rain start to drop down, but the temperatures start to rise. And then around noon, as I said, the percentage of rain shouldn't be that high, around 40%, but a few pop-up showers may be possible. And then we have our high around 73 degrees around 4 p.m. Saturday. So be aware of those temperatures. It will get it'll be more comfortable, but temperatures will start to rise throughout the day Saturday. As we look at our 7-day forecast, we can see that chances of rain start to go down and we have more sunshine in our week to come. I know Saturday and Friday we're starting off very rainy, but as we look at Sunday, we can see that we have mostly clear skies, a high of 75, low of 74. Monday, again, clear skies, highs in the upper 70s, probably in the lower 80s. Tuesday, we have a 40% chance of rain, highs at 83. Again, nothing too severe right now, but be aware that there are a small chance of rain in the next week. And then Wednesday through Friday, we can see temperatures are going to be in the lower 70s. That's all I have right now for a future forecast for next week. Tune in later when I talk about this weekend coming up.
Thanks, Sheena. At the end of every Boiler Gold Rush, the Student Activities and Organizations office here at Purdue typically holds their annual Be Involved Fair. However, there's a shakeup in this year's event.
Due to the inclement weather that happened during the day, the fair was postponed until a later date. When the date came, however, the event was again canceled due to the potential of more inclement weather. A lot of controversy has surrounded this decision, and for more on the story, here's Fast Track's Matthew Seedorf.
I'm here at the Purdue Mall, and this was supposed to be the Be Involved Fair. The event was supposed to be held for new incoming freshmen and other students to come see the various clubs of Purdue. However, as you can see right behind me, no one is currently here holding an event due to the cancellation of the fair. The event was canceled at 10 a.m. due to thunderstorms in the area. This did leave clubs disappointed to the cancellation, but Martia King, Senior Assistant Dean, defends the Student Activities Organization Board reasoning for the cancellation.
In communication with Heather Beasley and Jacob Isaacs, who were also on the team, through the three of us, we decided to cancel the event because of setup, because it was no telling, it kept moving further of the length of rain time that it was going to be. And so safety for students being out in a thunderstorm, being able to set up. From what I heard, being in Terre Haute, that it was quite sunny that afternoon.
Despite the justification of the Student Activities and Organizations Board to cancel, some clubs and organizations around campus were still not happy with the decision.
We would have talked to a lot of people one-on-one and let them know what we're all about. And now I'm not going to really know how many people are aware of us. I'm not going to have any sort of head count for any kind of call out we might have.
PPC is a brand new organization that we built to offer a platform for people to be involved in theater. But the problem is that students who are already here who couldn't find that have joined other clubs and organizations.
the Be Involved Fair was supposed to be our major event for recruiting. Earlier this week, there was a CS Welcome Freshman event, which is like a miniature Be Involved Fair for CS majors. Over there, that was supposed to be our secondary event, and we got 36 signatures. But today, we only got five emails.
Despite the cancellation, the Independent Game Developers Club still set up a booth on the Purdue Mall in hopes to get a few people's attention.
We feel awesome. Like we have a monopoly on the Be Involved Fair. Right now, we are in the Be Involved Fair, essentially.
Matthew Seedorf, Fast Track News.
And in your sports news, as the Purdue women's soccer team gets set to close out their non-conference schedule, they're still searching for their special X factor.
With the leading goal scorer, Maddie Williams, out for the season, head coach Drew Roth is looking for someone else to step up. Through the first 4 games, it has been midfielder Andrea Petrina with 2 goals and 1 assist already. The junior from Ontario, Canada is posed to be the next player to take Purdue to the next level. Fast Track sports reporter Tommy Barrett has the story.
The 2016 season is underway for the Purdue women's soccer team, and a familiar face has stepped up for the Boilermakers. Andrea Petrina has 2 goals and an assist through 4 games, but this season isn't any different for the junior forward.
I'm not particularly doing anything different. I just think I have a better mindset this year. Preparing in the summer and staying here for summer and training extra with Wally and extra teammates really helped that, and going to pickup sessions and working hard. And basically my main thing was to get fit. So this year was one of my main focuses, to get fit this year and better than last year. So far it's working.
With all of the early season success, Petrina has created more confidence in herself.
Into the net, tied up 1-1, Boilermakers find their equalizer from Andrea Petrina.
Definitely more confidence each game in practice and with feedback from coaches and teammates as well. But I wouldn't say too confident, but I'd say that I feel more comfortable, definitely. I'm more out of my comfort zone, and I'm doing things different than I did last year and the year before, so I feel a lot better about that.
Not only is Petrina looking to continue on her great season, but the Boilermakers are looking to get back to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2009.
One of our main focuses and goals are making it to postseason initially. I feel like we deserved it starting from preseason, and hopefully we go into season with that same mindset. We want to make it to postseason. We want to show what we can do, have a winning culture. We don't want to be doubted anymore. I think that having that winning culture and those attitudes is going to help us to the postseason.
Reporting for Fast Track, Tommy Barrett.
A lot of Purdue football players have come and gone throughout the years, and some are able to take their talents to the next level. While Purdue may be known as the cradle of quarterbacks, there have been several other position players that have found themselves in the NFL.
I spent some time this summer down in Houston and caught up with one of the most recent Boilermakers to reach the NFL. 2015 grad Akeem Hunt is currently on the Houston Texans roster and vying for a full-time NFL spot. From Purdue Boilermaker to Houston Texan, it's been quite the ride for Akeem Hunt. Now entering into his 3rd year in the NFL, the former Boiler is once again competing for an NFL roster spot. While with the Boilermakers, Akeem rushed for over 2,000 yards and 11 rushing touchdowns over 4 years. But where fans might remember him the most was as the Boilermaker return man. But now, as Texans training camp winds down, he hasn't forgot where he came from, but the focus for the upcoming season is stronger than ever.
It's going good, and I enjoy being here with all the team and with the teammates. Everybody keep each other, corralled, and everybody have great energy, so it's been good.
As a Boilermaker, Akeem's speed and explosive agility had many thinking he could be taken late in the NFL draft. Well, after going undrafted and eventually getting a shot with the New York Giants, he ended up here in Houston, and Akeem says he's just grateful for the opportunity.
It's been good because the coaches, they give you a lot of chances, give you a lot of opportunity, and just take advantage of opportunity and just, play that down, just be where your feet are. So it's been great.
After joining Houston in November of last year, Akeem appeared in 7 games for the Texans and filled their need for a dual-purpose running back. He rushed for 96 yards over the course of the season, including a breakout game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. This year, however, with stiff competition at camp, he's selling to the team that he's the guy who can do it all.
Just, a triple threat guy. I can play special teams, I can play wide receiver and running back, so just got to keep playing at my role that they give me and just keep, perfecting my craft.
The Texans open the season at home against Chicago on September 11th, and everyone here in West Lafayette is hoping that another Boilermaker great will have his chance to shine in the NFL. Trevor Peters, Fast Track Sports. Looking for some quality entertainment this weekend? Well, Clint Eastwood's latest film, Sully, depicting the heroic actions of the Miracle on the Hudson's pilot Chelsea Sully Sullenberger, hits theaters this Friday. Giving you his thoughts and opinions on the film from the Wabash Landing 9 is our own Griffin Schiller with this week's Film Friday.
Hey everyone, Griffin Schiller coming to you all from Goodrich Quality Theaters here at Wabash Landing 9. And the reason why I'm here is because I'm going to be giving you my review of the latest film by Clint Eastwood, Sully. The retelling, I guess you could call it, of the Miracle on the Hudson landing that happened back in January of 2009. Now, I don't know about all of you, but I actually remember this happening. I remember kind of the news coverage about it because it was a big deal. No one died in this landing. And I thought that Clint Eastwood did a great job of portraying the event. He told the story of all these heroic actions that happened, not just by Captain Sully, but by the Coast Guard, by the flight attendants, to the co-pilot. Everyone in this film played their parts very well, and I thought Clint Eastwood directed them very well. I liked how he told the story. He kind of bounced around from what's happening now after the event to the actual crash, and then he showed the crash from different points of view so that we can understand what everyone was going through at different times. Now, aside from Clint Eastwood's direction, the thing that I enjoyed the most was Tom Hanks' portrayal of Captain Sully. I thought that Tom Hanks delivered an astounding performance that really kind of should put him on the map for Best Actor. I think he has a good chance of getting nominated, but I think the best compliment that I can give him is the fact that the performance felt real. I felt like I was watching the real events unfold, and I think, aside from Clint Eastwood, the main source of that was Tom Hanks and what he was able to do with the character. Now, the other character that I really enjoyed was Aaron Eckhart. For those of you who don't know, Aaron Eckhart is the guy from The Dark Knight. He plays Harvey Dent.
Where is Harvey Dent?
He plays Tom Hanks' co-pilot in the movie, and I thought he did a great job of playing that role as well. Something that the movie does, and it does very, very well, is the fact that it kind of shows you two opposing sides here. We see the side of Captain Sully and everyone in the media basically praising Sully for what he did, but then we see the Department of Transportation, I believe that's what it is, they're basically, questioning Sully's decisions. Did he make the right move to land that plane on the water? So as for negatives, I gotta say, I think my only negative with the film, and really it's a negative that I have with most Clint Eastwood films, for whatever reason, they tend to be very slow at times. There's definitely a lull in the movie, and for an hour and 30-minute movie, there really shouldn't be, but there is. So just keep that in mind going in, and you'll get over it because there's a lot of enjoyment to be had while watching the movie, and I think Clint Eastwood does a great job of depicting American heroism at its finest, which he really has a knack for doing. So on a scale from 1 to 5, you're probably viewing that as 15. 1 to 5, I'm ultimately going to be giving Sully a 4 out of 5 because it's a great film and it's one that I think you should all experience in theaters. It's by far the best film in theaters at the moment. I mean, maybe besides Don't Breathe, but that's been out for a few weeks. So go check it out, go support these people, and enjoy the movies this weekend. Reporting from Goodrich Quality Theaters, Wabash 9, Griffin Schiller, Fast Track News.
Thanks, guys. Well, as some of you know, Saturday is football day, so we will look at our forecast for that to let you guys know how the weather is going to be. Around noon, we'll see that we have temperatures around the lower 70s, a chance of rain here and a chance of showers here and there, nothing too severe or long-lasting. Throughout the rest of the evening, we will hit our high around 76 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it'll start dropping down into the lower mid-70s and then the upper 60s later on that night. As we look at our 3-day forecast, we can see that Saturday, again, we have mostly those showers early in the morning. Shouldn't affect any plans or anything in the later evening, but just be aware of those. We have a high of 73 and a low of 54. Looking into Sunday, we see that we have mostly clear skies, high of 75 and a low of 54, and Monday as well, clear skies, high of 78, low of 58. Be aware of those scattered showers that are coming on Saturday, and then look forward to the nice cooler temperatures coming up in the week to come. That's all I have for you guys today. Have a great day.
That's all we have for this week's edition of Fast Track. I'm Trevor Peters.
And I'm Molly Shaughnessy. For these stories and more, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and our YouTube page. Thanks again for tuning in. See you next week.